Hey everyone, Tony here. Hope you're doing well. It is Saturday, April 14th. Hope you're holding strong in this new emerging asset class that is cryptocurrencies. Have some quick news items to share with you guys. This is, of course, not financial or investment advice. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Also, smash the like button. Let's take a look at the prices right here in the market. So Bitcoin back over 5,100, a very great sign because as you've been taking a look at and been talking about over the past few days, Bitcoin surged past 5,400 and had a steep pullback, right, to about 5,000. And now it seems like we're slowly on the rise up here. So back over 5,100, which is a great sign. Let's hope it continues and we go past 5,200 and you know, we keep going upwards. And I believe, you know, by the end of April, we could see a $6,000 Bitcoin, but let's see how it plays out, guys. But at least we're not going down, right, as we were before. And there's going to be corrections along the way, of course. You know, it can't be a continual run up the entire time. There's going to be people taking profits and so forth, and there's going to be corrections along the way. Ethereum is just over $164, XRP close to 33 cents here. So overall, looking pretty good. I think the market still has that bullish sentiment going on, but you know, I still don't think, from my perspective and just my opinion, that we are in a full-on bull market yet. I think, you know, if Bitcoin makes it to 6,000, and I know I'm highlighting Bitcoin specifically, and that's because the market, the rest of the altcoins haven't decoupled from Bitcoin. We are still attached to Bitcoin, moving up with Bitcoin, moving down with Bitcoin. I think as the market matures, we will have some decoupling, but right now everything moves with Bitcoin. And like I said, I think if we hit 6,000, I think I would call that, you know, we are in a full-on bull market. But want to let it play out, guys. Now, some interesting news here, guys, and it started from a tweet today from Congressman Warren Davidson. Many of you know he is one of the congressmen behind the Token Taxonomy Act, which is a bill looking to position cryptos outside of the existing 70-year-old securities laws. We've covered that many times on this channel. Well, he tweeted about the following today, referencing an article from Forbes that talks about the respective bill. And here's his tweet: blockchain. Let's pause for a moment to reflect on how remarkable and powerful it is that to have broad bipartisan support for non-security token sales. So as you know, the Token Taxonomy Act has bipartisan support. Warren Davidson is a Republican, Darren Soto is a Democrat, and that is great because we know if you're living in the United States or you keep up with United States politics, there's a lot of problems, right? Where I think there's things we haven't been able to get along as we have in the past, and there's a lot of you know, infighting going on. But at least for the crypto and blockchain and regulations and so forth, we have the support from both sides of the aisles, which is a beautiful thing. And we have more supporters, so like Tulsi Gabbard, Ted Budd, Scott Perry, and so forth. So really great to see, and this article in Forbes covers it. So I'm not going to go through the details here because you guys know about the Token Taxonomy Act. However, there was something I did not know about. Apparently, Darren Soto also submitted a bill called the Digital Taxonomy Act, which I did not know about. And it was actually on his website, April 9th. He had a press release on his website that talked about it. Now, also, Warren Davidson had a press release on the same day talking about the Token Taxonomy Act. But the Digital Taxonomy Act, I did not know about. So let me give you the details. Following a year of collaboration, the Token Taxonomy Act, H.R. 2144, and the Digital Taxonomy Act, H.R. 2154, were introduced today as a leading legislation to provide jurisdiction and regulatory clarity for businesses, entrepreneurs, and regulators in the United States blockchain economy. Authored by Representatives Darren Soto and Warren Davidson, the bills clarify numerous conflicting state initiatives and regulatory rulings and patchwork for judicial decisions that have clouded certainty for entrepreneurs and businesses that use blockchain technology. So this is interesting, guys. Let me give you the details here because we know about the Token Taxonomy Act. So let me give you the details on the Digital Taxonomy Act. The Digital Taxonomy Act outlines the remaining jurisdiction for digital assets by the Federal Trade Commission unfair and deceptive acts protections instead of shoehorn all token sales into securities or commodities regulation. So it looks like this is going to work in conjunction with the Token Taxonomy Act. So once again, I wanted to bring this to your attention because I did not know about the Digital Digital Taxonomy Act. We've been talking a lot about the Token Taxonomy Act, which I believe is the bigger bill, the most important bill, but it looks like the Digital Taxonomy Act will be working in conjunction. It will fit right in here. So great to see the progress being made and that these folks are stepping up and introducing more respective bills to just fill in all the gaps, right? To make sure we cover all the bases so that, we can get regulations passed, guys, and this market can be free to operate in the United States. More businesses and entrepreneurs and so forth can start up their businesses here, and instead of going overseas as they've been doing. So let's see here. Our Token Taxonomy Act and Digital Taxonomy Act add critical definition and jurisdiction to create certainty for a strong digital asset market in the United States. So both are working in conjunction. And let me give the details here. The Digital Taxonomy Act of 2019, authored by Darren Soto and co-sponsored by Warren Davidson, authorizes an additional $25 million in funding to prevent deceptive practices for cryptocurrency and blockchain projects. It also mandates the FTC to produce an annual report outlining the plan to further protect consumers and ensure the United States remains a global leader in these technologies. So I think the Digital Taxonomy Act is giving the FTC funding to be able to protect consumers but not kill the market, right? Because they can't just do a blanket type statement thing like no ICOs, no cryptos. No, it has to be case by case, scenario based, right? So this is great. This is beautiful. And they actually have a graphic here, which is interesting. Wow. Yeah, this is pretty interesting graphic here. How did they separate it? Digital asset can be categorized into three, looks like three items here. Security from the SDC, digital token from the FTC, and commodity with the CFTC. Interesting, guys. Very, very interesting here. For digital token, it looks like it says FTC defined in HR 7356, net present value increased usage of the network will cause an increase in the price of the token, Filecoin. In commodities, CFTC sought clarification in HR 7224, decentralized and fully functional Bitcoin and Ethereum, specifically mentioned here. Very interesting. Very interesting. And it looks like these could be the three categories that coins could fall under. So obviously a straight up security, which I think we see some folks are going to the SEC to get their approval for an ICO. So they're getting their security confirmation that, hey, we're a security. We want to register before we do our ICO. And then you have your digital tokens, which are not securities, which will be part of, like, as they said here, usage in a network, kind of like XRP, all right? And then commodities, where they said fully decentralized Bitcoin and Ethereum. Very interesting. And as you guys know, the CFTC the folks that backed and RSX are waiting for the CFTC to give approval on Bitcoin settled futures, physically Bitcoin settled futures, and that makes sense. So it looks like they're really segmenting this out, and this makes sense to me. Guys, you see what's ahead here? Very big things, and wow. But my hope is that Congress can move fast enough. We know we have some additional co-sponsors, as I mentioned here, and let's hope Congress can move fast and we get this passed. And I've been on record saying it, when the Token Taxonomy Act and even the Digital Taxonomy Act passes, guys, the floodgates are going to open, because banks and institutions and different folks are not going to be afraid to touch crypto. They're going to know, okay, this is a security, this is not a security, this is this, and they can get going with it. Mass marketing, I believe, will start, and a lot of these folks, like backed and so forth, will probably get their approvals. So the future is certainly bright. The last item here, guys, which I think is major. We've always talked about on this channel that crypto is global and this disruptive technology is going to change the world, right? So the article talks about young Africa looks to crypto for payment. So as you know, many countries in Africa, there are many folks who are unbanked. They don't have access to financial institutions and so forth. However, with the rise of smartphone technology, many of these folks do have smartphones. So crypto presents an opportunity for them to be able to transact, be able to send money, right? Send and receive money, which is a great thing, and move away from the massive inflation in certain countries that is around their fiat countries, their fiat currencies, excuse me. Now, data from Google Trends shows that Lagos, Nigeria ranks as the #1 city based on the volume of online searches for Bitcoin. While this data may include a high level of interest among the city's approximately 21 million people, it is yet to equate to tangible adoption for the emerging trend of technology. But that is changing as a growing movement among young people frustrated with the payment systems look for alternatives now. So it goes into this is more of a thought piece, but it absolutely makes sense. And not only, the continent of African countries within it, but I think we're seeing what's happening in Venezuela, where people are moving to crypto because the fiat is worth garbage. It's on the street. Nobody cares for it, right? You might as well use it for toilet paper because people are just this hyperinflation. It's crazy, and expect to see that happening in other countries, guys. I think crypto is going to be so big because it's not just a handful of countries or just the United States or something. This thing is global. We're seeing exchanges pop up on every continent, every country here. It's pretty amazing to see. And we see many governments are releasing their regulations. They're having the dialogues. Their central banks, their Supreme Courts, their government. Everybody's like, come on, let's go. Let's get this going. And there's some people pushing back. There's some people saying you need to pass the regulations. For example, in Russia, we talked about Putin has been pressuring the government there to release crypto regulations. In India, the Supreme Court has been pressuring the government to release regulations, right? So it's happening, guys. It is happening. And I hope you see the bigger picture. I hope you have a holistic view of this market. Price is important. It's the value of our portfolio. I have skin in the game. I want to make money, but we have to understand what stage, how early we are, the timeline, and the infrastructure is being built out. The governments are still in the process, as you can see here, of trying to get regulatory clarity passed. And not only in the United States, but many other countries, the big money is setting up shop and doing their things, building out apps and all kinds of hardware and software. Guys, this is the new asset class. And the blockchain technology is going to be so disruptive. It's the next internet. And count yourself lucky that you are in early. So guys, did you know about the Digital Taxonomy Act? I apologize if I missed this and many of you knew about it, but I did not know about it, and that it was working in conjunction with the Token Taxonomy Act. All good news, of course, but it looks like all the pieces are coming together here because Warren Davidson, shout out to Warren Davidson and Darren Soto, these guys are heroes, man, really leading the charge. And it's a great thing that we have bipartisan support. We have new co-sponsors and so forth. It's pretty amazing to see. And it looks like Darren Soto also tweeted the same article here. So very, very cool. So guys, what do you think about this news? Would love to hear your thoughts. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Thumbs up if you like this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Twitter. If you'd like to support the channel, check out my donation links in the description of the video, my Patreon group. Thank you to my Patreon supporters, and I'll talk to you all later.